When I first moved to Beijing 3 years ago, I came with a determination to leave. But I met a boy, started a cookie company, and for the first time felt like I found a home. But then, as goes the story of my life, I got evicted from my apartment and had to move to another city. In April, a viewer of my very niche Beijing diaries very kindly sublet her apartment to me, and I got to live in my favorite city again, probably for the last time. So here are my last days in Beijing, showing new friends all my secret hideouts and saying a long overdue goodbye to a city I'll always call home.
We begin rain. The R of rain is to recognize. By recognizing whatever's most predominant that's going on inside you.
I don't know why I'm making coffee right now because I'm literally going to meet Jasmine at a coffee shop. Like, no. I used to walk by Stillwater on my way home when I lived in this area. I think the coffee's alright, but they've got a really pretty terrace. Rumor has it they own this property that must have taken a lot of pressure off of them, because I've seen so many coffee shops I love close in Beijing because they can't afford to pay rent. Actually useful. I like mine.
Hi.
I have wanted to check out Onairo Space for the longest time. It's a cute little zine / arts and crafts shop hidden in the hutongs. And it has such a special place in my heart because Beijing is where I discovered the world of zines. Zines are basically small self-published booklets where the artist uses any texts or images or paper or binding method to express themselves. I think there's something so beautiful about people pouring their heart and creativity into something that is meant to not be popular. I've actually made my own zine back when I was running Small Batch Cookie Co. in Beijing. It's just the origin story of Small Batch Cookie Co. I brought cookies to a friend's birthday and everyone was like, oh my gosh, these are so good, you should totally sell them. They were probably just being nice, but I took it seriously and started selling cookies at coffee shops and markets. I spent a long time thinking, why is it that out of all the cities I've lived in, and I've moved around pretty much every single year for the past 10 years, that Beijing felt the most like home? And I think it's because of Small Batch Cookie Co. It's because knowing that people in Beijing really enjoy the cookies I baked with my own hands, that made me feel like there's a part of me in the city. I ended up having the courage to quit my job because of Small Batch Cookie Co. Not because I made bank from it, I didn't, but because I realized if I can make money selling cookies that I baked out of a toaster oven, maybe there is a way that I can make a living out of doing things I actually enjoy. Anyways, I almost didn't have the courage to make this zine because I struggle with a lot of imposter syndrome when it comes to anything related to art. But this zine actually came into being thanks to Skillshare, and I'm so happy to say that they're sponsoring today's video. I took the Making Your First Zine from Idea to Illustration class. And it covered everything from the history of zine to how to find an idea, how to execute and make it into a physical piece of art. Most of all, it gave me the confidence to mess around with my silly doodles and realize I could make art, which is just so empowering. If you haven't heard of Skillshare, it is the largest online learning community for creatives where you can learn anything from making zines to watercolors, ceramics, how to make a video from creative professionals. If you've been wanting to start any creative project, whether it's making a zine or making your first YouTube video, this is your sign to take action on it this summer with all the resources that can help you get started on Skillshare. You can use my link in the descriptions to sign up, and the first 500 people to use it will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. I can't wait to see what you create. I am getting ready to go meet Tina. We're going to pick up the mug I made a couple of weeks ago. Wong texted me and said that she had fired it yesterday. She did the glazing and everything. So I am very curious to see how that mug turned out. Oh my gosh, childhood memories. 90s Chinese kids. I've actually met one of the owners at a market when I was selling cookies, but she is not here today. We're going to Kwang's studio to get the mug I made 2 weeks ago. I'm very curious to see how it turned out. Also nervous because it could be really bad. Hello, Kwang!
So the shining layer is the transparent glaze, but I personally prefer those less shining part. So usually, even if I put transparent glaze, I only put a very thin layer of it. 能看到很多很熟悉的胡同啊、社区，甚至看到认识人，感受肯定还是不一样。
真的很怕你把它搞下来。
拜。
Dave's grocery haul in Germany. Gotta run to therapy. I just ordered in some Sichuan food, 鱼香茄子. Oh, they actually didn't include utensils. That's nice. This was like $4, delivery and everything included. I've been mostly cooking at home in Beijing, but I decided to treat myself today.
Ability of living freely without holding back.
Hello, I'm drinking from the mug I made with calm. Very proud of it. Today I'm going to 798 with Jasmine. I haven't been to 798 a lot at all, but it's my last week in Beijing. I thought to do something a little bit outside of my comfort zone. This is such an aesthetic shop, 铃木商店. I have been to Suzuki Kitchen, but I have only been to that one location that I always go to. This one is so much bigger and more aesthetic. I would have never ventured out here on my own if not for Jasmine.
我在淘宝刷费。
7-Eleven Monaco. 冰杯。How do you like it? It's good. We are going to the Goethe Institute, Goethe 中心. It's the German cultural center in Beijing. One day I'll be able to read this. And that's a wrap for Beijing. Sometimes if your heart keeps going back to a place, it's because it needs a proper goodbye. And if there's a place in your heart that's too tender to touch, it's because it needs to be healed. Beijing, you were never meant to be home, but you always will be. In attachment theory, they say you only feel free to go explore and adventure when you know someone will always be there for you that you can go back to. Beijing will always be there for me. Now, my adventure awaits.